Along the front line in eastern Ukraine, the combined Russian army units and separatist forces are increasingly using powerful, potentially blinding laser dazzlers to confuse and intimidate Ukrainian border guards and military service personnel. Staff Sergeant Antonov was just one victim. He asked not to reveal his face.
We were serving near the Marinka checkpoint. Around noon or 1 p.m. on March the 25th, the militants began shelling the positions of the Ukrainian armed forces. The fact that civilians, including children, were crossing the front line at that time didn't stop them. So we began looking for the positions of the enemy and where the fire was coming from. And that's when members of the illegal armed groups turned their dazzlers on. I saw a bright green flash and was unable to continue surveillance.
The dazzler damaged part of Anton's central vision, something which allows us to read, drive, and complete tasks that require looking straight ahead. His peripheral vision remains unaffected.
When I was blinded by the laser, the sight in the left eye was gone for a little while. Then it recovered, but now I see this spot. It really interferes with my ability to see and to focus.
Doctors say full recovery after this kind of retina damage is a long process. According to ophthalmologists, the burn like this could indeed be caused by a dazzler. I give 99% this damage is done by a blinding laser. It's a so-called non-lethal weapon that doesn't kill but leaves a person with a disability. The use of blinding lasers or dazzlers was outlawed in the late 90s. The international treaty was signed by Russia in 1999. Yet, only a month ago, President Vladimir Putin publicly boasted about the Kremlin's new military laser technology. Ukrainian border guards have little doubt as to the supplier of dazzlers used by the Russian hybrid forces in eastern Ukraine.
This kind of weapon is not like a tank, even if we assume that a tractor driver could get into a tank and drive off. This kind of weapon requires a very specific skill set. It's the same as with the book missiles. A random person cannot just begin using laser weapons. They can only be used by qualified and highly specialized military personnel. This is more evidence that Russian units are present on the temporarily occupied territory of Donbas.
Unfortunately, Anton's case is not unique. A handful of other Ukrainian border guards have suffered similar eye injuries, all while deployed near Marinka. In July 2016, we admitted 3 border guards with this kind of injury. We spent a long time examining and treating them because such cases are not well documented on medical papers. One we operated on, while the other 2 underwent more conservative therapy. But even after 2 years, we were unable to fully restore central vision. It lacks focus because of the scarring. It's hoped all evidence the State Border Guard Service obtains about the use of dazzlers in Donbas will be used eventually against Russia within international courts.